This Saturday, West Ham United welcome Everton to the London Stadium in what is being branded as a significantly important game for Julian Lopetegui. Now, the proper hardcore West Ham fans were up at Nottingham on Saturday, not the ones that were either coming back from holiday or on holiday. We were there, Nige, weren't we? And we saw a devastatingly disgusting performance at the hands of Nottingham Forest. We did suffer indeed. And Mr. Terry Newsham forced me to stay till the end as well. I was trying to go, but he was like, no, we're going to stay until the end. But no, we'll come on to that in just a second. Got my pack with me. Larry, Nigel, Mike, how are we?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good, Jake.
Good stuff.
Confident for the weekend.
Oh, well, I mean, the last time Nigel was confident, we beat Manchester United somehow. So, yeah.
That's good news, yeah.
Rather be on a cruise? No, I'd have rather been outside of the City ground talking to Nigel, telling him I'd buy a coffee when I got in the ground, then I didn't see him. So that saved me from
yeah. Snuck off into some corner somewhere.
Yeah. We were like Rose at the back. As soon as we got in, I was like, right, up there. So I ain't got to buy Nigel a drink. Right. £8.30 it cost me for a hot chocolate, a coffee, and a Mars bar. Right. So I bought Terry a coffee and I bought him a Mars bar. £8.30.
God, that hurt, Jake, didn't it?
It did hurt. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, it did. But yeah. But Terry compensated by buying me some posh tomato soup in Gloucester Services on the way back. So
there you go.
You know, Gloucester Services, the best of the best, Mike.
Oh, what the eco services?
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
Is that the eco services, Jake?
The best toilets in the land.
The most expensive Mars bar in the land.
Yeah, literally. But anyway, turning to more pressing matters, Everton at home on Saturday. Larry, we'll start with you because you're at the top. How are you feeling?
I wish I would have Nigel's confidence, because just after that performance that we saw last week, I just don't know what to say. I mean, we were so bad in our final third, we could not finish to save our lives. Clinical, you can call it clinical, not passing each other. We had one shot on goal in the first half, 4 overall for the game. I mean, and when we were playing where we would have Emerson and Wan-Bissaka coming up, but we could not. We looked so disorganized at the final third. We couldn't get anything. And you see the other team. You saw that Wood goal. That was teamwork. That was clinical. You saw that pass into him. He had the header. Yeah, we had 3 guys that didn't mark him and stuff like that. But, in the past, we've been blaming our defense on breakaway goals. These goals that they got from last week weren't breakaway. Woods was in the right spot, lack of marking, another. That one set piece that they had, that was a banger of a shot that went in. And then Tadibo did try to flick it over the guy's head, turned it over, and he shot it right outside the box. But 3 solid goals by them. So it wasn't breakaway goals. And they want to say, hey, there's debate. Should we go again where we bring up the wing backs, right? Do we have the right people to do that? If we can't finish, what use is it? So, I mean, I'm confident because I'm going to cheer for my team. But coming off a performance like that, I'm kind of still nervous. Granted, Forest aren't, like we like to say, aren't no mugs either. They're up there 3 or 4 right now, and they did have an all-around good team. So, but, I'm tired of coming on week after week and blaming it on our competition that we're playing tough. Because before we know it, we're going to be through all squads, and what are we going to say now? I'm hoping for the best.
Dreadful. It's been absolutely dreadful. And I think that Chris Wood goal epitomises everything about it. We managed to have 3 centre halves on that pitch, and Chris Wood still found himself with 2 yards of space in the middle of the box, right in front of that away. And I said, that is the most predictable goal. I could have literally painted and illustrated that goal happening before it happened. Coming to the byline.
We had a triangle around him.
Yeah.
We had a triangle. Yeah. Tadibo went up front, 2 other guys there, just nobody marked him. He's a striker. That's why that guy is so quality, because he finds a way to squeak in there. And it was a beautiful pass to him. But yeah, we had 3 men around him and just didn't mark it.
I mean, he's not like 5'4" like I am. Chris was like 6 foot, right, for God's sake, and we just completely missed him. Nigel, you were there. You were a little bit closer than I was. I was Rose Ed. You were a little bit closer. Was it any better down there or not?
No, not at all. It still had the same effect on me, to be fair, when it hit the net. But he was just walked in between the two of them, and from the straight up when we kicked off, I knew what's going on. With it's Nottingham Forest, not Man City. Do you know what I mean? He should have started Antonio. I think, although Antonio didn't do a lot when he came on, he should have started with him, just so we actually had some sort of attacking prowess, because we had absolutely poor old Somerville just got dragged into a war in that very slow midfield. So awful.
The midfield is the most significant problem, but what we saw on Saturday against Forest was every element of it being a problem, and it's all a knock-on effect of each other, and I don't know how it gets fixed, to be totally honest.
I don't think. Do you know what, Jake? I don't think we can with the players we got. I've been shouting for so long for someone with some legs in the middle of the park that can drive us up the pitch, and we did have that with Declan. Obviously, he's gone, and we've had no one else. I was crying out for the guy that went to Villa from Everton. I mean, Anana, those sort of one of those sort of players we needed, and then the others could play around him. But we haven't got no one to drive us up the pitch, and we haven't got that sort of player in our squad. I watched Portsmouth the other night because, I like to keep an eye on our, players out on loan. And Potts he's a steady player. And I think he's more like that, but he isn't like that at the moment. He needs a bit more time. Honestly, mate, I don't know what we're going to do in the middle of the park. I think he's just stuck for ideas now. He's done for ideas. With just the wrong recruitment. We haven't got the right sort of player in the middle of the park that we need at the moment. And Paquetá, well, I know he's not there this weekend, but he's been a waste of time. His head's not on it since obviously the allegations, which I think we're going to find out, are probably going to be, he's going to get nailed. I think he's going to get, I think he's going to get a massive ban. The other players that have come in, they're not that sort of player. They're holding sort of players, or number 10, like Soler, that's his position. And he hasn't really played there yet.
No, he hasn't.
So I think it's just a massive problem in the middle of the park. And I don't know, honestly, mate, how he's going to improve it.
No, I agree, absolutely. And I didn't actually lose it with any of the goals. I lost it when Alvarez got sent off, because we were perfectly in line where we were stood to sit, and I could see him coming over, Alvarez. I knew exactly what he was going to do. I said he's going to slide in there on a yellow card. Honestly,
couldn't
help himself.
Mike. He can't help himself. Mike, you're right. He does this all the time. Sometimes, and I even thought about it, is this discipline within the manager, the coach, or something like this? But we see this on Alvarez all the time. His situational awareness, where we had people back to take that and to make that slide. Additionally, knowing that he's got a yellow, it was just one of the most. I don't want to say it was a bad decision.
Oh yeah. But when he came to us from Ajax, I remember Ajax supporters saying, "Good player. He's good on the ball. He's steady in there. He's a good holding midfielder." But he has got that in him. He will get sent off 2 or 3 times a season, and they're right. They're dead right.
Yeah. And he's done exactly the same thing twice in the space of 6 weeks, and hung us out to dry in a game that we were still in at that point against
only
Liverpool.
1-0 down. Only 1-0 down. We had more possession. I know that's what we've been asking for, but where it's lacking is where you guys have just talked about it. Larry's talked about it. Is up the top there. We just no penetration.
Yeah, listen. I think if he sort of hadn't got sent off on Saturday, we'd have still lost. But I don't think it would have been 3-0. But I still think we'd have lost that game. And my foot took a bit of a battering as I turned around and just had had enough. Quite frankly, at that point, it wasn't even half time. That's the impact that it has. Comments. Let's go and see who is joining us. Let's have a look here. Michael says, if Moyes was here, it would be home banker. He always got out. He did. Can the Spanish Moyes do the same? These sorts of games, Moyes always pulled one out of the bag. Now, of course, he's done an interview today. He's had a slight dig David Sullivan, and the fans have
Oh,
pounced
yeah,
on
I
that a
saw
little
that.
bit in terms of the contract. We won't go into it, but yeah, David Moyes has had his say today, and it's rather interesting actually to hear his side of what happened to do with his contract and all of that jazz. Michael says Sunday league team has more identity than us at the moment. Exactly, that's the most concerning thing. And Nigel, I come to you, is that I don't know what I'm looking for or looking at or trying to muster out of it. I don't understand our plan.
Okay, we ain't got a plan, Jake. You see that every time he picks a team. Any good manager would have hooked Alvarez before he got sent off because they could see what was happening, and he didn't, and he just left it, and then it was too late. And to be fair, Forest, there were some absolute loons on the way home saying Forest supporters saying they thought they've got chances in the Champions League and all that, and I was like, mate, you ain't that good. You scored 2 more goals against us when you could have got 10. We was that bad. So yeah, we was that bad. He should have hooked Alvarez and swapped it around when he saw it was going bad. That's just my opinion on it, because we just got no settled midfield. It changes every time we play. It's different. It's always frustrating to watch. It really is.
Absolutely, there's no pace at all in the midfield. Damien, well, he says we should have been playing 4-2-3-1 all season. Suchek and Alvarez as a pair in front of the back four. Not the most dynamic, but physical. Anything he's tried just hasn't worked, and he can't find a combination to sort of get any success. And yeah, we've constructed the slowest and most ineffective and just pragmatic midfield. And that, well, no, it's not even pragmatic. It's just slow. It's just, it is. That's the word to describe it. It's literally slow, as Mike articulated earlier. There's no legs in there, right? We need legs in midfield. We're getting dominated every week in midfield, and we've got Everton on Saturday, who somehow, I mean, to be fair, we've had a significant bit of luck that probably the Toffees haven't had, which is why we're just above them in the Premier League. But they beat us at our place last season, 1-0. And do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happened again. I was there last year, and I'll be there on Saturday. And do you know what? I'm expecting them to turn us over. I really am, because I really cannot see A, where goals are coming from, and B, how we're protecting our back four with that midfield. No Alvarez, so what's he going to do? Midfield, guys, what are you expecting Lopetegui to come out with? Mike?
He hasn't got much choice now, has he, really? I mean, where's he going? He's got to probably play Suchek, obviously Rodriguez, and Soler. Probably that'll have to be those three in the middle. And I mean, what else has he got? He's got Andy Irving.
Can't be much worse, can he?
No. Other than that, I don't know where he can go, Jake. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that is it. Larry, it's bleak, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think I was going to echo what Mike said. I think that he doesn't have a choice in the midfield. You're probably going to be looking at Rodriguez, Suchek, and then Soler coming in. Now, if we set it up the way that I'm kind of thinking, and I just want your guys' thoughts on this, is that if we play 4 at the back with our normal one, where we would have Emerson, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, then you would put in Rodriguez, Suchek, and then you'd have Somerville, Soler, Bowen back on the right, because I wanted to keep him on the front. He just wasn't doing it. Put him on the right, and then you have Antonio up there for 4-2-3-1.
I think that's probably wise. I mean, Soler's been halfly treated. He's been shunted out to the left when he's been put on, which hasn't helped him. He's a central midfielder again. That's like Moyes-esque, isn't it? Just putting players out on the left for the sake of it. Put the guy in midfield. He's a central midfielder. Put him there. This is a perfect opportunity to do that, because he's been wasted out on the left.
I'm
on,
sorry, just quickly, and that's exactly right, Jake, because I gave him some stick last week, because the only time I saw him was when he got a yellow card and stuff like that. But he is out of position, so put him in his real position. Let's see what we got. This is the best time to do it, because we don't have the players to fill the team anyway. So put him in the right position and see what he has. Like I said, I put him in that middle there and see how it goes. But he hasn't impressed me. But you guys bring up a valid point. He hasn't been played in the position he normally does.
Nigel, Chris Wood last week, Dominic Calvert-Lewin this week. we tried 3 centre halves and we still couldn't mark him. Do you reckon he goes 2 centre halves this week or 3 centre halves?
I think you should go 2 centre halves. I thought Wan-Bissaka had an absolutely brilliant game Saturday. To be fair,
He
thought
got
he
it
was
up there.
superb.
Yeah. I'm just
Uh,
finish, yeah.
I would. Do you know what? I'd be toying with the idea of sticking Ings and Antonio up front
Absolutely.
and putting Bowen on the left hand side.
Mhm. Oh, just
Are you still there? Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on,
Bowen
carry
and
on.
Somerville each flank, with maybe Soler and Souček in the middle. That's just my thoughts, just switch it
Yeah.
up, see what happens. Because
Something a bit different.
Yeah,
Try and get
because Bowen
Ings
can
and
play,
Antonio,
doesn't defend. I think he could play well on either the right or the left as an attacking midfielder, and then just put Ings and Antonio up front, and keep Everton on the back foot, keep their defence busy. Because they've, I can't understand why they ain't playing Brentford. Why he ain't been playing? Because he's probably their best player, and that he's been coming
injured,
a sub
hasn't
the
he?
other day, didn't he? So
Right.
that's
Who's it?
well,
Who is it?
I draw the idea of that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. Who was that?
Braithwaite.
Brathwaite.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Braithwaite, Everton guys, he's not been playing.
Yeah.
He's
So,
been
He's been out.
but like I say, what? Yeah, I mean, it could really, shake it up, couldn't it? Having 2 forwards, 4-4-2.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that actually, because I was going to bring that up in terms of Ings and Antonio. What have we got to lose? Get Ings and Antonio intertwining with each other and get them linking up, and then you might get the best out of both of them.
Ings
sense.
has played part of a 4-4-2, and if I remember rightly, weren't he in contention for the Golden Boot back in 2019 or something? Yeah, and that's when I think he was playing part of the 4-4-2 at the time. Danny Ings, when he's come up with us, we've really isolated him a bit. Do you know what I mean? And a bit like we do Antonio, which we do with all our forwards. So let's just take it back to basic 4-4-2 and maybe, swap it up a bit.
Yeah, Paqueta is available, isn't he? I think so. Yeah, there's no reason
Mate,
why.
I wouldn't even play him.
He's going back to face his charges.
I thought he was gonna miss one because he was like what Mike said. Yeah.
Yeah, he go back to Brazil to face the charges, so he won't be playing.
Hopefully, he'll stay in Brazil.
Yeah, just as good there as he is.
Honestly, I don't understand it. I think he's an awful player.
He's been awful this season.
Honestly, he's terrible. He gives the ball away. Do you know what? I was going to have a look. Statistically, we'll have to ask Larry to look it up for the next review. And let's see how many times he's given the ball away that's caused a goal.
He's writing it down.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
So, I'll look that up for next time. Right?
Yeah. Now, you have reminded me. It's time. Whilst I'm gonna buy Larry some time whilst he writes that down. As we're gonna go to Larry's stat attack in a minute and see what Larry's best stat for this weekend's game is. Larry, over to you.
Okay, just a quick. We've played Everton 56 times. We've beaten them 14. They beat us 29. 13 draws. We've won 7 times at home. Going into this game, the last 5 matches, we're 2-1-2, and they're 2-2-1. Now, granted, they've given up 17 goals, and we've given up 19. But if you look at the last 3 matches and all that, they've only given up 3 goals and 2 clean sheets, where we have given up 10 goals and 0. So right now, if you look at it defensively, they're playing a much better game. They're not scoring very much. They got a total of 10 goals this year, and we got a total of 13. So not much better. So it's an evenly matched game, really. If you think about it. Their leading scorer is McNeil. He's actually he's their leading goal and assist. So we talk about Calvin Lewin, but I've been doing a little bit of talking. They're not too impressed with him because he's really we know he doesn't stay healthy all the time, but he really hasn't done much. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put Beto up on top, because that's another guy that they're really thinking highly of. For us, we can discuss how we got there. I'm not going to tell. We'll wait till the predictions at the end. But it looks, we say, oh, it's Everton. Well, know what? We need to look in the mirror, and they're probably saying, oh, it's West Ham, because that's the kind of where we're at right now. So we need to take these 3 points. But going into it, they're being stingy on the ball, and for a team like us that aren't doing very good in the final third, that's a little concerning.
Absolutely. Insightful as always. I'm going to make a little graphic for next week, Larry's stat attack, and we'll go over to it towards the back end. But a couple of things to pick up with that. Firstly, is our record against them. Did you say we've lost against them 29 times out of 56?
You got it. We've won 7 and drew 13. They've beaten us 29 times. I didn't look at home or away for them, but we've won 7 times at home. So
Sometimes at home, right?
I can remember over the years, Jake, they were a bogey team to us. We could never. And honestly,
29 times out of 56, and then the other point was
and Southampton.
Southampton, yeah,
And Southampton as well.
And just the other thing I wanted to pick up was about the goals. This last 3 games, just looking, they were narrowly defeated by Southampton last week.
Yeah.
Got a point against Fulham, clean sheet against Ipswich, clean sheet against Newcastle. So they're being quite good defensively, which we can say nothing about, to be fair.
Yeah, their first 14 games they gave up. Their first 5 games they gave up 14. They were getting blasted the first 5 games. It was like 3-4 goals they were giving up, but they've gotten stingy in the last 5, as you probably can see there.
Yeah, listen, it's a Sean Dyche team. We know what a Sean Dyche team is going to do, what they're going to be about, and we've got to be ready for that. Let's say some comments, then we're going to come on to some predictions. Mike, I missed you last week because I couldn't make your prediction. I actually did say when we come to predictions, I was like, oh, I can't make Mike's prediction this week. I was quite sad. But I'll try my very best to do that this week. Leslie, hope you well. He says, the donut needs something. Why not try Irving? Yeah, he came on for a little bit. Came in, chased some lost causes against Forest when the game was done.
I wish he would have came since it was already over. I wish he would have came a little bit early. I really wanted to see a little bit more of him, just to see what he's,
Yeah. Damien says Alvarez needs Souček next to him like Rice. He had 90% of his time here. Absolutely. Alvarez wants out. This is where he did it deliberately. I mean, Sean said this on the Roundup show on Monday. He said the Kudus red card, right, which has now been upscaled to 5 games, and we won't see him till the start of December now, which is another blow. And the Alvarez one.
Well, 2 more because he's got
2 more games. 2 more games up top. So
3 more now.
He missed the Man United game, the Forest game, the Everton game, the Newcastle game, the Arsenal game, and comes back on the 3rd of December on a Tuesday night away at Leicester. That's his first game back. And then, I mean, the Alvarez and the Kudus red cards, it's almost like they were doing it deliberately. I mean, they were just dreadful. But it's like they just wanted out at that point. No creativity. I agree. Give Irving some game time. Our transfer window took us from 2nd oldest in the Premier League to the oldest. Progress. Pete, hope you well. Thanks for joining us. Let's scroll down. Fathead is here. Here we go. Not bad. How was the holiday? Had Jake looked after the house? Spotless. Absolutely spotless. Right. And hopefully we can wrap this up inside about 35 minutes tonight, because last week we did the show, didn't we, guys? Nice and well. And then it goes about half an hour. Then we ended up doing another 20 minutes. And do you know what? I got to Terry's house on Saturday morning, and he said it was just a farce, wasn't it? That's the way he described. Who was on? Nigel, it was you. Was it you, Larry, and Gary last week?
It would have been a farce if I was in.
It was a farce. Honestly, I was very close to wrapping up inside half an hour with nothing about me whatsoever. Now I ended up doing another 20 minutes of you lot just sitting there completely tearing me apart. So we're trying to avoid
Mario Gate.
Mario Gate. It was Mario Gate. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, it had nothing to do, Jake, with you putting out the pictures of your Halloween costume. That only took a second, right? Come on now.
Yeah. And then there was other factors as well, which you had to discuss, which we as well.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Mike, you didn't miss much. It was dreadful. It was painful.
Yeah. I was just stunning myself, mate.
Don't worry about it, mate. Honestly, don't worry.
It was like an old lizard on a sunland out there like that.
Pina coladas, man.
Beardy dragon just sitting there like that.
Mike was doing his one-hand curls.
Yeah, he was. I bet he took advantage of the all-inclusive. If I learned my mic.
You got to.
It's got to be done, mate. It's got to be done.
Calvert was always good against us, except home last year. He was terrible. He was, and he still managed to beat us. Damien says there's a Twitter page that does stats to the teams outside the Big Six. Yeah, it's called like the other 14 or something. I've seen that versus each other. Supposedly away from playing the top 6 sides, we've been better than Forest. Forest are funny, aren't they? It was it was funny. They were good. They didn't blow me away. They were good, but I didn't think, blimey, these are going to go for Europe.
They're confident. They're a confident team, Jake.
Confident team.
Good run of form.
Their
But
fans
see
on
that turning
TalkSport.
round. Oh yeah, they're great support.
Their fans on TalkSport are deluded. They're worse than us.
I was really.
They were saying about winning the Premier League and that. And I was like, is this bloke on drugs or something? Do you know what I mean? Oh, and they were saying about how bad
look
we
at their
was.
results this year. You take nothing away from them. They beat Liverpool.
Absolutely.
I mean,
That's what I was about to say.
they are a form team, and let's face it. Look at the games we've played. All the form teams have beaten us, and all the other teams we've done something against. We are, and I've said it to NIJ at the beginning of the season. I don't see us finishing. I see us finishing between 10th and 14th, or 15th, even. You know, because I think that's where we are at the moment, and we've got to be realistic. I don't think we're any better than that. You know, and you go 10 games in and you look who we've beaten and who we've lost to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, not positive. Really not positive. But I mean, there were people on the way out going, this is what, this is what we'd love. A stadium with an atmosphere and fans excited, with a philosophy as a team and a style of playing positive football. I mean, I'd love to go there every week. I'd love our stadium to be like that. I think there'd be so much more energy around the fan base. I like and I dislike going to the City Ground at the same time, because we've lost all 3 times there since they've come back up. It's gone 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. So next year it's going to be 4-0. So I'm not bothering, because we lost 1-0 in the first time, 2-0 last year, and 3-0 this year. So next year's going to be 4-0. So no,
we had a honeymoon there, Jake, last year.
Oh, you did? I remember we lost 2-0. Moyes out.
Yeah. We got on a honeymoon. We said Nottingham Forest away. And they couldn't even win there for us.
Couldn't even score for you, honestly. But I sort of love and hate going there, because we always lose, but it's a brilliant ground and brilliant atmosphere, and that's what we'd love.
These small grounds, they're so much better. These small grounds,
like that. Next to the away end on the left, there was atmosphere. There was atmosphere at the other end. There was atmosphere in the corner. There was atmosphere above us. It's just what
smaller grounds, but our ground is so bloody. What's the biggest ground, isn't it?
They've got a good bit of banter about them, haven't they, for Forest fans?
Yeah. Honestly, they were taking the mick at one point. They were like, whatever stand, give us a song, and then the other stand, give us a song, and they were going back and forth, taking a complete mick.
They seem like they're really. They got it all nice and choreographed really well. For example, that I was watching because you guys told me about it. How they had them huge flags out there. It reminds me of some other things in Europe. And then when they had that moment of silence, sometimes you'll have a moment of silence and you'll still hear people chirping stuff. They were like, I was watching on the TV. It was like nothing. And then as soon as they erupted. So it was just they seem like they're really they got a good working chemistry with them.
Yeah. The European sides, when you go to some of them German grounds and the Dutch grounds, they shout from one end to the other. It's really, really effective.
And they got them large flags that go.
Yeah, it's really brilliant. It's fantastic.
Oh, they're different gravy.
Not that we're going to be in Europe anytime soon.
Exactly, yeah. Damien says, we've had torrid fixtures, but that Forest performance was inexcusable, absolutely. Lee, hope you well. He says that even if Jake Alvarez play for West Ham when he's suspended. Got a 1-game ban. He will return after the international break at Newcastle away on a Monday night. Nigel, you going to that?
Yeah.
Of course you are, yeah. Not for me.
Yeah, but to be fair, Jake, I've got a mate who's a Newcastle fan, and I'm going to see he's got a baby in the new house, and we go in the Wonder Bar, which is Newcastle, a proper good bar in Newcastle. So we go in there pre-match, and Newcastle away is always a good one. So I'm actually quite looking forward to getting beat up there.
literally. Well, at least you'll get some steps in the process. Gaz, we never be good against Scales teams, even Tram.
I'll be like Rocky. I'll take a grey tracksuit and drink 10 eggs before I go up to the weigh-in.
Coventry Warriors, a bogey team, used to drive me nuts. New Matt, who saw the Lampard links the other day? Oh my god! There'd be riots. There would be riots
like that, don't they?
Big Fat Frank. Oh my god, they would literally be
and
riots.
Judas Ince.
Honestly, fathead, where's that come from? I've got no idea what you're on about. No idea what you're on about.
Do you know, talking of midfields, lads,
Yeah,
did you watch the Fulham game the other day?
yeah.
Some of it, yeah.
How good is Alex Iwobi? And I've
Yeah.
always thought, talking about Everton, I've always thought, can you imagine how good he'd be in our midfield? He's a real lively player, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a good
That's
player.
someone with legs again, though, isn't it? That's what
Oh,
we
that's
need.
right there
he's
we're
a
missing,
great
yeah.
player. Gets
Yeah.
around, he's all over the midfield. And that's what we need. We're strollers, aren't we? Not the plodders of the Premier League.
Plodders of the Premier League, yeah.
It's just
Literally.
like, them models from the Bank of Scotland, them long, lanky models that
Yeah.
move along like that's what our midfield's like.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hey. Right, let's go on to some predictions. People have already started putting them in the chats. Now I am gonna go. Let's get in mics a little bit here. I am gonna maybe I don't with the amount he's consumed in the last week, but blimey. I'm gonna go.
Drinking lemon squash.
Oh, I thought he was going to bring out a Moretti there or something, but no. I'm going to go. I'm feeling... Mike, are you feeling positive? Okay. I'm going to go...
I feel like Mike. I feel just like Mike does.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
I think
West Ham United 1, Everton 1. Damn it. I've not... Yeah, have I? Yes. I've done it again. Surely not. Mike, prediction?
Thanks.
Yes, I've done it again.
Right then. 0-0.
0-0. There's no way we're keeping a clean sheet. No way in hell.
Honestly, Jake, this game is a nailed-on draw, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And Lopetegui ain't going anywhere, so if everyone's getting all excited, they ain't paying him off yet, mate. He ain't going anywhere yet.
I agree. Right, whoever jumps in next can go next.
Good,
Go
now
on, Larry,
I'll let you go.
I'll let you go, Larry.
Go on, you go. Go on, you go.
Okay.
Come on.
After doing my extensive research from the past 5 matches and stuff like this, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb that I think Fab has been playing well, so keep him in the net, and I'm going to go a 1-0 West Ham win, our first clean sheet in quite some time.
There we go. See, honestly, Larry brings the professionalism.
Yeah.
Larry's bringing the professionalism that we all just don't have, isn't he? He's got all his notes there, right?
Again, these guys are legends. You're a legend. I just got to try to keep up. You just got
I'm glad I'm part of this now. I never used to be part of this. You used to call them legends and not me. I'm glad I'm part of this now.
I gave you one, but like Mike says, it's all up in here for him. I got to write this stuff down.
Right, so that's 2 people on my panel predicting West Ham clean sheets. I may need to reconsider my panel for next week, but
we're all being a lunatic asylum, mate.
Well, I'm regretting giving Larry first shout on that.
You're going to go 1-0 as well. All of you
I
are
was
going
to say 1-0, but you know what? I do think that we're just going to pull a result out of the bag, and I'm going to by the odd goal. So instead of 1-0, I'll have to go 2-1. But I do think we're going to win by the odd goal. I do think that we'll scrape a win because we do win. Because it's typical, isn't it? If we lose, everyone's going to be on Lopetegui's back, but he's going to. Yeah. I think we're going to win, and everyone's going to forget about it for a couple of weeks. And he's going to get a little bit of grace there. But yeah, I think the odd goal. So I'm just going to say 2-1.
Yeah.
And I think, I think you might play Ings. I
hope so. Somebody put on Twitter the other day. I've got the fixtures here, that's why I keep looking here. Is that typical West Ham is we'll beat Everton, lose to Newcastle and Arsenal, then maybe beat Leicester or Wolves, and then lose 3 and win 1, lose 3, win 1, just so he keeps his jobs. When the pressure's on, he keeps himself in a job. That's what Moyes was an expert at.
Moyes.
I'm really, really concerned about the Newcastle and the Arsenal games.
Yeah.
Especially with the lack of attacking prowess, kudos out, and stuff. I just think, mate, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could get real tonkins off them 2 teams.
We could.
They're decent.
But you need to have honestly, changing the subject a bit, I just watched Tottenham and they could have lost 10. Honestly,
they had 27 goal attempts, Galatasaray.
If Galatasaray could have finished they would have absolutely battered them. So
Really? I didn't see that.
Tottenham were.
They only had 10 men, though, didn't they, Mike?
No, they only started playing when they had 10 men. Before that, they were getting battered. Honestly, you'd never seen it like it. They're trying to drill.
I watched the second. I watched the last 25 minutes.
Honestly, it was great to watch because they were abysmal.
Oh, I would have missed. I would have loved that. It would make me feel good.
Yeah.
That's the one place.
Every place.
I'm really gutted they've taken that away from me because I was crying out over the last season for us to get Galatasaray away because it's the one ground that I've always wanted to go to.
No, he wanted some new teeth. He wanted an excuse to go and get some new teeth.
But
Mate, I'd never
take nothing away from Tottenham. You're right there, honestly, Nigel, because the atmosphere, and to be fair,
when they
Tottenham
played Leeds and United back in the day, that place was like I'd seen the videos and the pictures, and I know they really put it on you, didn't they, the fans? And that would have been right up my street. I'd have loved to have gone to that stadium.
Yeah.
In other news, Chelsea are 4-0 up inside 20 minutes against
No,
Noah
they ain't.
in the UEFA Europa Conference
Jeez.
League. 4-0 up. Felix Desarci, Guyu, and Aradabio, I don't even know who half these players are. They made 11 changes and a 4-0 up inside 20 minutes at the break.
You better go and let the animals out the ark.
3-1 Everton and a P45, 1-1 draw. Squeaky bum, 1-0 Suchek.
I like
there
that,
we
man.
go. In some predictions, there would be a right Lampard with instant Defoe assistance and Bakari as director of football.
Bakari.
Do you remember he got done for laundering money, didn't he? Do you remember back in the day? Lou Bakari.
Okay, I think we have exhausted our opinions for this game, gentlemen. Don't you think? Are we done?
Just about. Yeah,
just about. Right. Do you reckon we can scuttle out with without any Jake slander this week or not?
Yeah. We'll leave you alone, Jake.
Yeah. We'll leave you alone. Get your haircut.
We might see.
I have had my haircut tonight.
What?
He turned up the other day. He turned up the other day with a squeaky old pair of trainers and an old it was a jacket about 3 times too big for him. Right. I said to him, Jake, if you smarten yourself up, you could have come as a tramp.
You should have seen him. He had a mustard tracksuit thing on there, and I just made a comment about is that I said, nice tracksuit, and then he started.
Mate, that's a retro Fila. That's a retro Fila tracksuit top.
Oh, Fila.
You just started slagging me off in front of 5 people. I literally had a pair of jeans on, a black jumper, and a polo shirt.
He looked like one of them goth kids out of college.
That's the new look now. Nice, that's the thing,
That's the new look. I was wearing a polo shirt and a jumper.
he thought we was going to take. He thought we was going to take Mickey out of him for wearing the Super Mario thing.
Yeah.
And he turns up like that. I was like,
Terry offered 180 quid for me to wear the Mario outfit to flipping Forest away, and then I was just getting I had a pair of jeans on.
You could do with that underneath. You could sort your wardrobe out.
I was wearing a Fred Perry polo shirt, a black jumper, and a pair of jeans. What's the problem?
It looked like it was Fred Perry's original shirt.
Oh my God. Well, God. Next time I see you, I'm going to forensically analyse your outfit, Nigel, because it's obviously annoyed you.
Mate, I'm a baller when it comes to clobber, mate.
He's a baller when it comes to clobber. There you go. You've heard it here first. He's a baller, honestly. Larry, have you got anything to add?
Just a final thing. One, Lopetegui's press conferences are probably one of the worst that I've seen in years. I mean, you never get anything out of it. He says for sure all the time and all this stuff. So I just wish they moved it maybe a day closer. But the information we get out of those press conferences are nil. And then my final thing is, and I think you guys said it, I'll keep beating the drum about it. Yes, he has a lot of blame, but we need to also hold the players accountable as well. And I think we do that sometimes. But if you go through all the chats and all that, we hear more things about out with the manager, out with the coach, and we not as much about who's not performing on the pitch. Because, yes, he's got to have some tactics, but that final 3 in clinical and the passing and all that, they've been together long enough. These are professionals in a Premier League, best in the world. I expect more.
Yeah.
I think, Larry, that you saying that, I think the most of us that go to the games on a regular basis and actually go and are there, we do see that we can see who's performing and who ain't performing. Because up close you can see it, and you can see the looks on their faces and everything. And like do you know what I mean? It's not always, the manager has got to select the players that are playing well. That's the thing, and we don't see what goes on in training. This is the thing. So automatically the manager is an easy target, but that's who gets the blame at the end of the day.
Yeah,
exactly.
We know the players.
20, isn't it?
We can tell you that Paquetá's been crap. We can tell you, do you know what I mean? We can see it every game on his face, when we're there, because the television don't show you everything. We look at them off the ball and stuff like that, and what they're doing and their body language, and if they're running around. And some of them players there ain't earning their money. And they've got to take a long look at themselves because they are really like robbing a living.
Yeah,
absolutely. Mike, wrap things up.
Yeah, mate. I'm not too confident for the weekend, but like you guys have said, I think we might just scrape something. I think it's a nailed-on draw, to be honest, because I think Everton would be well happy with a draw. I can't see them being too progressive, and I just can't see us being too progressive either. So I'm just seeing it being a bore draw, but hey, we'll probably go and win 4-0.
There we go. Exactly. And my final thought is if anyone wants any fashion tips, the self-appointed fashionista is now Nigel King. So fully self-appointed with his mustard feeler tracksuit on that he thought he was the business, right?
It wasn't a tracksuit top, Jake, not tracksuit.
Tracksuit top.
I had a cool roll neck on there. Did you see that?
Oh, nice.
Did you? Oh. Well, no, you were too busy criticising me jeans, polo shirt, and jumper. So
I didn't actually say anything, Jake. I didn't actually say anything to you because I felt embarrassed for you, mate.
You did. There was about 5 people there. You started slagging off me jumper. You did. Honestly,
Jake, it was massive. It looked like I'd been through the
I've
wash.
got it on now. It's not massive.
That's what I'm saying.
I've got.
It looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi should be wearing it.
Oh no.
Well, I won't wear it again. All right, Jesus. I've had
No, please don't.
Blimey. It's now 6-0 to Chelsea.
Oh,
No,
Inside
no,
42 minutes.
I gotta
6-0.
turn this on. I'll turn on. There'll be no more goals.
Oh dear. Right.
That's what happened to me.
Great bants as ever. Yeah, I've had my haircut. Right, if I turn around, right, I've had my haircut.
They forgot to cut the front.
Well,
Don't you start.
The scissors broke halfway through.
Don't you two? Don't you lot?
See, I
start about
always
that.
tell the barber, start here, but don't forget about up here too.
Oh Lord, Lordy Lord. Honestly, right. With the Mario outfit, you've still been less funny than our back line.
Oh yeah, really? That's true. Ain't that
Jake
the truth?
telling jokes gets him the banter. Well,
There
my
you go.
jokes are second to none. I haven't got one prepared tonight, so
Have you
that's a
got
shame.
like something on your? I can't see up close, Jake. What are you wearing on your head? Is it like a? Have you got headphones on?
These are called headphones, Nigel. Right? So what
Yeah,
happens?
I know that. What are you actually using them for? Because none of us have got them on.
Well, Larry's got headphones on.
Is it like
I got
to
my
look-
earpieces.
earpieces.
Is it a fashion thing to look good?
No, I've got them on, so there's no feedback, so you can't hear yourself twice, right? I've got a connector here. That's my microphone, right? I better sound louder now,
look at
right?
that.
Okay.
Look at that.
Here's
Put that
ready
to your
set the
face
sun.
and say, now you look like you're a member of the world's crappiest boy band.
Honestly, well, this is my favourite button, right? That is my favourite button.
Put the axe on.
We're moving soon. Me and Una are moving, and I might get a little.
Not down here, please, Christ.
No. I might get myself set up with a little mic and all that.
There you go.
I might get a little bit of a setup.
Yeah,
There
get
you
us up.
go.
Listen, if I wanted to be cool, I'd have my microphone like here, so you could all see it. But I don't care. It's like off the shot. Right? I've got headphones on because it connects up to the microphone. There's like a connector thing, and I don't wear them like this because now I can't hear what I'm saying. I get progressively louder, and nobody wants that. So I can hear what I'm saying if I have one.
You just hear what you just wear it on one ear like a fashion type thing.
It's not fashion; it's practicality. Right.
Do-
All right. Let's.
Do you got a little record player underneath there that you could scratch? Something?
He's a bit of like that.
See, I'm down with the new stuff these days.
DJ Jake. That'd be his next
DJ
DJ Jake.
That was
DJ.
babysitter approved. That outfit.
And Larry, ask you what a record player is in a minute.
That's right.
Yeah,
exactly.
very funny. Very
Well,
funny.
look at that, right?
Jake's like, what are records?
Well, we're going on Saturday. You
You
better
know what
believe.
records are, Jake? You think
I do know what records are. I'm going Saturday, and you better believe none of you are getting nothing off me after the criticism I've had tonight. So,
Oh lordy.
yeah, after that.
Nigel didn't even get his coffee on
He didn't find
Saturday?
me. So he didn't find me.
you
I
could
said
take
to him,
my coffee? No.
the
He
last
ran
thing I
off.
said to him,
You know what he's like?
the last thing I said to
He
him
put that hood
outside.
over his head. He put that hood over his head that he's got there, and he went like an old Jedi into the stadium, disappeared. Used some Jedi mind trick to trick me out of the coffee, and then disappeared. Like Darth Maul.
Did the security guards let your lightsaber in, or did he say you had to leave?
You know what I did, right? And this is reinforced by the vlog. We stayed down and watched the end of the 12:30 game.
Yeah.
I went up to have a little look, and I even went back down and walked through to try and find you, Nige, and you weren't there. So I thought, oh, what a shame. I'll go back up.
You left early, didn't you?
No, Terry stayed till the end. No,
Harry stayed at the bitter end.
he wanted to stay till
When
the
I
end.
looked, when I came out, it was dark. But when you was doing your little vlog bit at the end, it was light.
Well, it was pretty much dark.
It's dark by the time I came out.
Oh well, right. There we go. There we go. We'll leave it there. I think I've got out quite lightly tonight. So we'll wrap things up there. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Who've we got next week? It's international break.
Yes. Wrap things up.
Right. So you've took the mick out of me not buying nothing. You've took the mick out of my outfit. You've took the mick out of
haircut.
everything else. Haircut. Thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Life is good.
What am I going to do with you lot? What am I going to do with you lot? Thanks, everybody, for getting involved in the chat tonight. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to England Match Watch Along next week. And get next joke.
Oh,
don't want to send anyone to sleep. Fathead, I'm sorry.
You know what? I can't even watch it anymore.
Neither can I.
I'd struggle watching England.
I don't even think I'll watch it. I want to do a watch along.
It used to be really exciting, didn't it?
Yeah.
You struggle watching it now, didn't you?
Yeah. Fathead, there's a very small chance of that happening, very minute. But yeah, from us, come on, you irons.
Come on,
and if you want some fashion tips, go to
Nige,
Nige, because he'll give you all the fashion tips in the world. Get him on QVC, get him on this morning, because he's going to be on the red carpet with his suits and with his t-shirts and his feeder track suits and everything else.
On the front of GQ.
Yeah,
oh,
the man,
GQ, baby.
the man for your fashion tips, Nigel King. We'll see you soon.
Look at this.
Goodbye.
Do you know what I mean?